Hi, I'm Joyce, the Energy Lady. My conversation today is what's the rush? What are we hurrying for? Are you running a race or are you running a marathon? And if any of you have ever run a race or a marathon, which I have not, then you know you have to prepare for it and you have to work yourself up to a certain level. And it just doesn't happen overnight. You don't just run a marathon after making a statement, I'm going to run a marathon. And I was visiting with some kids out on the streets, some teenagers that were just graduating, getting ready to go to college. We were waiting in line for an ice cream cone. And the first thing that they said, we're talking about, is how excited they were to go to college. And they were going to really accelerate their college. They were going to go and get their college done fast so that they could be done in 3 years and get out there and get a job. And I looked at them, I said, what's your rush? And they stopped for a moment. They said, I don't really know. I said, enjoy along the way. Enjoy what you're doing. College years were wonderful years for me. And I said, enjoy your college years. Don't make it a rush. And I was, I guess, reminded at that moment that if we're rushing around with everything, are you enjoying what you're doing at the time? If you're trying to get everything done so that this can happen, or you're trying to hurry and get this degree, or hurry and buy this house, or hurry and buy this car, or hurry and get this business built so you can do whatever, then where has there been any kind of joy along the way? Life is not a race. It is a marathon. We're in this. We're in this for the long haul. Most of us, for sure. And so if you're comparing yourself to those who are running faster than you or bigger and better than you, I wonder how long they've been preparing for this. So you might want to look at what part of you needs to compare yourself to where other people are at, as opposed to just acknowledging where you are at. Because if you don't acknowledge where you're at, what you've done to get where you're at to this day, this moment, then there's not going to be the gratitude and the appreciation for the journey. And if you're trying to be like somebody else and compare yourself to somebody else, and you are trying to hurry so you can be like that someone else, then you're not even being present to where you're at today, at this moment. I have watched and seen so many different clients going through this stage of like, I just need to hurry and get this done, or I just need to rush and get this accomplished so that I can be here like that person. Well, that person, I imagine, did not get to where they're at by just saying, I'm going to be here. And the next day they wake up and they're there. It just doesn't happen that way. So take a look at your life. Are you enjoying your life? Are you enjoying the moments? Even if it's rough? I chuckled. I'm a pretty healthy eater, but when I was in graduate school, I ate really poorly. And I look back on those days and think, all I could think of is, well, I got $1.50 to spend for lunch every day. And I bought the same lunch every single day. And I kept thinking, I can't wait till I make enough money when I graduate so I can go buy a salad. Because what I was eating every day was a deep fried burrito, French fries, and 50 cents worth of chocolate covered peanuts from the candy counter. And that was my lunch every day in grad school. Kind of sad, I know. But what I'm saying is I kept thinking, oh, I can't wait till I can eat something healthy that it doesn't matter what I spend on it. And nowadays I buy organic food. I pretty much buy whatever the kind of food I want, because I do like eating healthy. And if that's what I want, then that's what I buy. So I guess I've arrived, but guess what? That was 40 years ago. I was in grad school, 44 years ago. Yeah, anyway. So look at where you're at, what the race is you're running. What are you in a hurry for? What are you trying to get to? And can you just enjoy where you're at right now? Even a little tiny bit of where you're at right now. Can you enjoy that? And allow yourself to be at peace with where you're at right now. And then as you run this marathon. Enjoy each step along the way. Quit trying to run the race because we're in a marathon. This life is not a race. With that, I hope this is helpful for you today. And I am able to work with clients who actually address these issues because they're constantly comparing and jealous of someone else because they want to be there. So if that's something that you feel like you're addressing or looking at, then book a consultation with me and let's take a look. See you later.